Welcome back to another episode of Raising the Bar, TKJE podcast. In this episode, we hear from business owner Otis Singleton. Born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas, Otis moved to Albuquerque, then back home to start his career as an entrepreneur. He got married in 2019, and he and his wife have been building and developing their faith, their family, and their business. Plan your steps and take flight. TKJE, Raising the Bar.
Welcome back to another episode of Raising the Bar, TKJE podcast. I met this couple a few months ago. We're going to be talking to Mr. Otis Singleton and his wife. I'm just excited to have them here. How are you guys doing today?
Doing all right.
Good. Thanks for having us.
Hey, not a problem. You know, just so our listeners know, I bought your product. I love the way it smells. I keep it here on my shelf. So fantastic product. When we met, there were a few other things that I wanted to get, and I ended up getting the second candle, which I love also. So great product. And I'm excited to hear your story and how all this started. You know, when it comes to starting a business, of course, you know, you got those scary moments and where are we going to start? What are we going to do kind of situation. So it's great to get the story directly from you and you can tell our listeners. Now, when it comes to your business itself, what actually inspired you to start the business and get this going?
Well, I've always been an entrepreneur, from selling clothes to shoes. At age 13, I sold candy in high school, fireworks. You know, we also started on operator truck service.
Okay. The business now is Greenleaf Network. Is that correct?
It's Greenleaf Network, yes, sir.
Okay. So kind of what made you want to get started with candles and all the other products that you have?
We started the transportation. Actually, he's a truck driver. So we pretty much was like, hey, let's get out here and get on the road, you know, and be an owner operator. So we started with car hauling. And while we was doing car hauling, it's kind of, you know, you book your own load. We had to pretty much take vehicles when we were doing that together. So that didn't work out at a few years. Like, we still got the passion of being entrepreneurs. So we sat here home and we were like, what big on self-care? And I'm like, I love candles. So pretty much let's come with our candle business, which he's the mastermind as far as the designs and the scent. And we just kind of put two together. And we were just like, okay, that could work. But before we even did candles, we were a CBD company. But here out in Arkansas, it's not kind of
It's not a
it's not a thing out here. They don't too much care for CBD. So we were like, okay, you know, we don't want to keep money on CBD when we know we can't sell it, but we know what's big here in Arkansas. And self-care is definitely big out here. So we kind of started off with the candle.
It started out as a CBD business, but because of where you are, kind of leaned more towards candles. So like, what are the types of products that you have when it comes to candles? Because I do love these, but I know there were some others.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. So with the candles, we have sugar scrub, shea butters, we heat press t-shirt, and we have a team that makes tie-dye socks. So that's what we sell as of right now. It's all in the category of self-care.
Okay, so then a wide range. I heard a wide range all the way to socks. So now that I think about it, on your table that day, you actually had some socks on the table.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then it's not just candles. Now, as far as, you know, when you got started from then to now, when it comes to the lessons learned and the journey that you're on, what are some of the most important lessons you've learned from your failures and mistakes? Because we all make them, but what are some important lessons that you've learned?
Planning. Sometimes you don't need a plan, and that's where I learned failure, mistake is not planning. And sometimes you don't need to, but Greenleaf, we kind of pivoted off the failure of the CBD beginning.
Go ahead. We all make mistakes. Go ahead.
I would say more of understanding that not everybody's going to support your business. So you have to be very understanding of that. but also don't give up just because someone either doing the same idea as you or might not even support what you're doing from family, friends, associates, or just strangers. So just kind of understanding and treating your business as that's your baby and not everybody is going to, support your business.
Just along those same lines, right? We have to go through these certain types of failures, but the mistakes along the way are sometimes counting on people that may not be there for you, whether you're related to them or not. I always tell people, fail stands for first attempt in learning. We all got to go through it, take those lumps as we go along. So especially with the planning part, right? Sometimes you just have to do and you kind of plan it along the way as you're going through it. Now, myself, as I've grown in business, I've always just been a solopreneur and, an entrepreneur doing things myself. And yes, I've got a family, but when it came to the decisions that I've had to make, I just had to make those decisions and then steps moving forward. So as a couple, right, this can be kind of difficult because, the whole take work home, don't take work home and things like that comes into play. So as business owners, when working together, how do you work so well as a married couple when it comes to your business and then separating the two when you do get home?
Oh, that's a good question. So how we work together as a married couple, I think on my behalf is we work well, faith, love, and commitment can be applied not only in marriage, but also in business to make money. And with money being a necessity and top tier up there with, water, air, and food, we definitely need to be able to make money together. So,
I want to say we're doing actually good. A lot of married couples can't work together, but we have both careers and we just have this one thing in common as far as our business. So we leave the other jobs where they are at. But when it comes to Greenleaf, we definitely collab well together. We bounce off each other with ideas. I feel like that's why Greenleaf is so successful now because, you have two different approaches that come together and make a product. So I want to say, I love working with my husband. So it's nothing like working with your best friend. So, you make money together, you eat together. We got to pay bills together.
So is there a particular way that you guys make decisions when it comes to your business? Is there a process that you go through?
we discuss it and then come a conclusion or we compromise on it and see what would be best as far as a new product or, like traveling to New Mexico.
Okay, cool. I was just curious because that is awesome and it is a rarity to see that. And I know there has to be some compromise all the way around. Hopefully, probably for that one was. Now, for our listeners, through the years and the time that you've been in business as entrepreneurs and having a job, I recommend that as well. Many people feel they have to quit their job and then run the business, but reality is you need to keep your job to be able to run the business.
We both keep our jobs to fund our entrepreneur desires. So I would say don't quit the day job until and even when you feel like stick around until it works out.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I'm big on even them other job where I take our products that we have and sell it to people that I work with because they're big on those products too. So they guess to, somebody that works here sell candles, homemade candles, shea butter, body scrub, custom teas where they don't have to go to other places where they can get the same or even better here with us. So it's kind of, in the same thing as far as take Greenleaf, go to the job, after that come back home to Greenleaf. So
I know what I heard was you have a pool of customers. And so not only quitting the job would stop income, but it may cut off those stream of customers that you have. So many people don't really think about that. They just figure I'm going to quit my job and just go into this full force, which is not always a bad idea. But you have to really consider, is that business or is that job funding your business? And being able to leverage the two is really cool. So commend you once again there. Now, can you give our listeners just one piece of business advice that has stuck with you, on your journey when you first got started, when you thought about it? What is that piece of advice that you just kept with you on this journey?
When starting Greenleaf or just starting out for entrepreneurship?
Starting out as an entrepreneur, many people are looking to do that and they don't know the direction. They struggle to make a decision. Give us one piece of advice that could help someone kind of make that decision on becoming an entrepreneur, starting a business.
I would say just because you didn't know doesn't mean that it's the end or that, that it won't work out.
Yeah. I would say just don't give up. Don't get discouraged. Don't let people around you get discouraged either just because they didn't come up with the idea first. Stick to it. That is your dream. You know that's meant for you. Run after it and don't look back. Keep going.
I love it. I love it. I like to tell people, the call that you got, that is your calling. That wasn't a conference call. That was a direct call to you. So keep stuff like that in mind. Well, really appreciate you take the time and doing this interview. And again, I love the product. Now, how can others get a hold of you, find your product, buy your product, and be able to enjoy it as well?
Okay, so we have Facebook, Greenleaf Network, LLC, and that's for Instagram and Facebook. We don't have a TikTok just yet. We're working on that.
So you're on Facebook, social media. It's at Greenleaf.
At Greenleaf Network, LLC. You have to put the LLC on.
Network, LLC. Yeah, well, fantastic. Well, again, thank you so much for taking the time doing this interview. I definitely appreciate it. Much success and blessings to you and your business. And as you guys grow and develop, I expect really big things coming from you. So thank you so much and have a very blessed day.
Thank you.